Hello, guys. How we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. That was a tough hard watch. That was today. That really was a tough hard watch. We've come away 2-1 winners. We nearly threw it away. I'll be back straight after this. Get your comments in along with the show. Hello, guys. How we doing? Welcome back. Well, we made a few changes. Obviously, Antonio came out. He was rested for this game, and he brought in Alvarez, who was back from his suspension. We started okay. We were pressing and we were forcing mistakes, and we did force an early mistake from Nelson Semedo where Bowen, sort of caught him in possession, was able to roll the ball back to Souček, and he was just caught under Souček's feet, and he weren't able to put it in. After that, again, and I don't know how many times I've said this season, one of the worst halves of football I've seen from West Ham. We give the penalty away. It was more that Zouma couldn't get back, and then Emerson obviously had to take the gamble. He was a little bit unlucky, to be honest with you. Yes, he took the man, but he was like literally a fraction away from taking the ball. Took the player out. Up steps Sarabia, puts it in, 1-0 Wolves. And after that, we just didn't really do nothing. We was very wasteful in possession. Ward-Prowse kept getting caught in possession. Kudus was very frustrating, sort of overplaying. And whenever we did get the ball, we didn't do anything with it. The guy, Ait Nasuri, is that his name? The guy who was playing left wing back for them. He was amazing. What a player he is. He was, just driving for our team, causing absolute havoc. He was. They had a few little chances. Doyle had a couple of chances, but we were awful. We were so bad in that first half. And you just as you're watching it, you just get more and more frustrated. Like you're seeing the other results, and you just think, "Come on, we can be right behind Manchester United." Remember, after this game, we've only got 6 games left. They've got, I think, 1 or maybe 2 games ahead of us. Man United and Newcastle are now right behind us. But when we're losing, you just think, come on, like, what are we doing? Wolves were out passing us, just everything. They was out running us. I don't think we had a shot on target in the first half, which is not good enough when you've got that quality. Second half, he did change it though. He brought on Ben Johnson for Soufal, and Antonio come on for Souček. I thought Ben Johnson was excellent. I really did. I hope we get to see a little bit more of him. Obviously, sounds like he is going to leave, and who could blame him under the Moyes regime? But I thought he was really, really good. He got up and down the pitch. He even had a shot at one point, didn't he? A left foot shot that he was very unlucky with. He's a bit pacier than Soufal, and that's what I like, because sometimes Soufal just gets caught out for pace, and Soufal hasn't played well. Let's be honest. Last 4 or 5 games, he's been awful. Antonio was doing his best, running the channels, bullying, and just causing havoc. He's the one who actually crossed it in for Johnson, who nearly got the goal. One of Kudus's best bits of the game was he got down the wing, he whipped the ball in, and Emerson put the header in, but for some reason it was disallowed. Trod on, I think it was Semedo again, trod on Semedo's foot. I think it was just a ridiculous decision that was. And what turned out towards the end of the game was more or less a bit of justice, to be honest. That was disallowed, and at that point I was thinking, ain't happening. It's not happening. And then to make matters worse, obviously Jarrod Bowen went off. Weird injury. It looked like, I'm hoping it's not that bad, but it's, for him to go down and stay down like he did, and actually to signal to go off, it's not like Bowen to do that. And it looked like maybe sort of around the hip area or groin area. Hopefully it's not that bad. We desperately need him on Thursday and for the rest of the season. And I'd be absolutely devastated for him if it is a bad one, and and he misses the England Euros, which would be awful. The goal did come though. Down the side, obviously Emerson, the man who gave the way away penalty, was able to win the penalty, whip the ball in. Kilman, the man who's been linked with West Ham, clear handball. There was no way that wasn't being given. Upsteps Lucas, does the stutter run, and then the drag penalty, great penalty from him. 1-1. And then I thought from that point on, we would go on and win the game. We were sort of constant threat, just lacking that little bit of quality. Obviously, Bowen, Cresswell came on. He dropped in at left back. He did all right, actually. He was putting decent balls in, and it allowed Emerson to push up the pitch. And Emerson's a lot, can play that role. He can. He's very direct player. Yeah, and then the winner did come. James Ward-Prowse whipped the ball in from the corner, straight in. The wind really caught it, sort of straight over Salah's head. When when it went in, it was hard to see they lost that ability to pass the ball as they were doing. And we were just, like I say, we looked a better team in the second half. We were a lot better than what we was in the first half, because Antonio is just so crucial to what we do. He just frees up everyone else around him to do stuff and occupies defenders. They did get the ball in the back of the net though, right at the end, 98th minute. Ball was whipped in, and then their player, I can't remember his name, top of my head, was standing in front of Fabianski in an offside position. Kilman headed it in. I thought, he's done an Emerson, give a penalty away, and then sort of got the justice back. But rightly was disallowed. I don't care what anyone says. We've had so much bad luck with VAR recently. We're due one. And at the end of the day, that is the rules. If you're offside and you're, in the line of the goalkeeper, it's not a goal. Good. I'm glad. I don't care. West Ham win. Went a bit chaotic towards the end there at the end of the game. Got loads of bookings were happening all over the shop. But yeah, let me just have a little look at the league table, because I think that does, puts us in an okay position. Let's just going to quickly have a look at the league table. So we are in 7th on 48 points, exactly the same amount of points as Manchester United. They play Liverpool tomorrow. Fingers crossed Liverpool can do them. It's more Newcastle we need to watch out for. Newcastle, game in hand below us, and their fixtures are, I would say, a lot more favourable. I was looking at Newcastle's fixtures. Obviously, they play Tottenham. That's a bit dodge. But there's Palace, Sheffield United, Burnley, Brighton, Brentford. You would expect them to win most of them games, and then you would expect them potentially to overtake us. Below them, Brighton as well. Another team that could overtake us. They've got Arsenal, but they've got some big games. They've got to play Manchester City, Villa, Newcastle, and Man United. So hopefully we can finish above them. 8th may be enough. It might be enough. I want 7th. I'd ideally love 6th. But yes, 7th or 8th could be enough, depending on where these Champions League places end up. If Villa win the Conference League but finish in the top 4, if Liverpool win the Europa League but they're obviously going to finish in the top 4. There's a couple of other permutations that can go on that potentially could leave 8th as the Conference League. And let's be honest, we would take that again. No, come on, there's hundreds of years. You're really shy in the chat today, guys. There's 104 years watching now. Do hit the like button as we go along. But yeah, chuck your comments in, guys. Let me know what you think. I thought, just going through the team, I thought Zouma played really well. He was very dominant. Yes, he was slightly out of position for their goal that led to the penalty. But I thought he was really up for the game. He showed real determination. Obviously, Mavropanos did what he could. Alvarez was doggy, not too great on the ball. Paquetá, when he was huffing and puffing, he come a bit frustrating at times for me when he was diving all over the place. But he has got that quality, and he did get the goal. Ward-Prowse was shocking the first half, but again, the second half he was starting to get his body in and making blocks. Kudus was to talk about where the ball was put across to him. He got the touch and he just took that slightly heavy touch and didn't put it in. He was, like I say, slightly frustrating figure for me today. Antonio was good when he came on. Emerson was brilliant on the left wing and left back, apart from obviously giving away the penalty. Yeah, like I say, with the substitutions, people will probably go at Moyes a bit. I did myself. I was like, what's he bringing Cresswell on for? But then you noticed that Emerson pushed up and was good. Obviously, he doesn't fancy Ings, and he really doesn't fancy Cornet. And he may need them in the next couple of weeks. If Bowen is injured, he may need them. He may need them. Yeah, other results today, guys. Please, like I say, comment along, guys. If you've got any questions about today, please drop it in the comments, and I'll discuss anything you want. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so Villa and Brentford 3-3. Everton beat Burnley. Newcastle 1-0. That weren't a really particularly good result for us. Luton beat Bournemouth, and we beat them. And hopefully, I don't know, it's a tough one because I hate Arsenal. Really, we would do with Arsenal beating Brighton, really, because it will keep them down there and below us. Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you're all going to be shy and not say anything in the comments, I think I might have to leave it there, guys, because you're not giving me anything to go off. Yeah, that's it. That's my opinions on the game. Obviously, a massive game on Thursday night against Bayer Leverkusen. It's going to be tough. Like I say, if Jared Bowen's not fit, then it just makes that game 100 million times harder. If you wonder what their result was today, they beat Union Berlin 1-0 with a penalty from Florian Wirtz. Obviously, fantastic player. I think they're only like one win away from winning the league now as well. So we'll see what happens there. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Devo's been brave. Come on, it's 112. Yeah, be brave. Put some comments in. I'll read everyone out. Devo says VAR has to go regardless of who it is for me. Yeah, mate. It takes too long. It's just it takes the joy out of when you score a goal. That Emerson goal shouldn't have been disallowed. Come on, please. He trod on his toe, but was that a foul? That's the key. Yes, he trod on him, but was it a foul? Not for me. Not for me, mate. Good comment, Devo. Thanks, mate. And as for the one us, I don't care. We're due one. We was due one. We've had so many with the handballs in recent weeks, goals disallowed, dodgy penalties, fouls on goalkeepers a few weeks ago that was given. Do you know what I mean? And Devo says, yeah, never a foul. I agree, mate. Not a foul for me. Not a foul, that. Yep. Anything else, guys? There we go, Brian. Agreed. Emerson goal should have stood. Yep. %, mate. %. Obviously, after Bayer Leverkusen, we've got Fulham. Hopefully, we get revenge against them as well because, that was a horrible result, weren't it, before Christmas, that game? Hopefully, we can turn that around. Stephen says about Johnson. What's he saying here? Hope Johnson starts more and we keep him. Yeah, mate. The only way he stays, I think, is if David Moyes goes and, fingers crossed David Moyes does leave, but will he commit to a contract before he knows whether David Moyes is walking out the building? And I think that's that. He might wait and hold out, and then if Moyes goes, he'll sign a contract. I don't know. Is it about that? Is it about the pay? But I thought he was brilliant when he come on. He had an outside chance of man of the match for me. I thought he was really, really good. My man of the match, I think I do give it to Zouma again. I'll be honest with you. I think he was really, really good again. Or Antonio. It's hard. Who's your man of the match, guys? 123 of you. Who's your man of the match? I personally don't understand the rules no more on offside or in general. The thing is with that one, with the Wolves goal that was disallowed, it's because he's offside. Yes, he didn't touch it, but he is basically right in the line of Fabianski. So, it's interfering with play. It is, Fabianski can't see through him. And obviously, he's creating a wall in between, himself and the goal. So it had to be disallowed. And as soon as he went to the monitor, there was part of me that was like, this is going to be the one where a referee shows a bit of balls and goes with his decision. You watch. But no, thankfully, what always happens, went to the screen, goal was disallowed. Thankfully. Awful first half, yeah, mate. And how often have we said that this season, mate? I don't know how many times I've done reviews this season and I've gone, that first half's the worst first half I've ever seen, or that game is the worst game I've ever seen. It's just we started like I said, we had about a 10-minute spell, and tell me if I'm wrong, Brian. We had a 10-minute spell where we really was pressing, and they didn't want it, Wolves. They did not want it. When we was in their face, they did not want it. But we just switched off. We just completely, like, midfield was non-existent. That guy Ait Nazori was just absolutely going for us. Would you like him as well? There's a question for you watching. That Ait Nazori, what a player he is. I would like him at West Ham. Second half much better, pressed higher, more aggressive, focal point with Antonio. Yeah, Antonio's so important. Listen, if there's one thing we need to go and do in the summer, and how many summers have we said this for? We have to go and buy a younger Mikel Antonio. I know we're constantly linked with Ivan Toney. Can't see it happening. I'd love it to happen. And obviously, there's a guy that we probably will come up against on Thursday, Victor Boniface as well. Again, he might have bigger suitors than West Ham. But we need another, whether that's under David Moyes or not, we need someone, who can do that physical stuff, because you do need someone like that now. You do, like Solanke as well. That's another name that we're always linked with. Someone who's big and physical. Because, listen, Antonio's 34 years old. He's not going to go on forever. But he is still one I would keep around. I'd still keep him around as, impact stub. Because he is still effective. What he does, he's still effective. Yes, he frustrates the life out of me. Yes, I call him all the names under the sun during the game when he's, bustling around and having trampoline feet where it bounces off him. But he does create space for the Bowens and Kudusis of this world. Set piece United, worst football team in the Prem. Keep banging on about world-class front three, rely on corners and penalties. Yeah, mate. I'm not saying I agree with everything you say, mate. I'm not saying it. That team should be scoring better. Should be able to score from open play more often, and we don't. We have to score a corner, and a penalty. We lack that final ball. We don't know how to pass the ball. I thought Wolves passed the ball fantastically. I really, really did. I was watching it with my dad, and I said to my dad, it's the first sort of chance to really watch Wolves and see what they're about. Because Gary O'Neill had been linked with us a few times, and obviously they have got a hell of a lot of injuries. Their best player Pedro Neto's out. Wangi Chan as well was out. And I've got to give credit to Wolves, and I know there's a Wolves guy in the chat there, and I'll put your comment up in a minute, mate. I thought you played well. I really did. The first half, I thought you passed us off the pitch, and West Ham are the worst passing team in the league. There's no doubt about it. Fair play, mate, with your explanation for the Wolves goal, but was Fab ever getting it? No, mate. And as Chelsea said, it's never offside. It is offside. He was offside. And do I like that rule? No. And if that was West Ham, would I be fuming? Yes. But I'm relieved because West Ham have had so many of them in recent weeks that it's about time West Ham had justice. Unfortunately for Wolves, it's come at your cost. But listen, West Ham have had so many of them. I couldn't care less. And I know you Wolves have had loads as well. And listen, do I have sympathy for you? Not today, because it's West Ham, mate. But thank you for commenting. And as I say, I thought your team played really, really well today and passed the ball lovely. And I think maybe if you had Neto and Wangi Chan in there, it could have been a completely different game, mate. But good luck for the rest of the season. Sounded like a terrible first half performance, but a lot better second half. Take the 3 points and move on. Moyes out. Yeah, let's not forget that. Moyes out. Let's forget. Remember, I know, I'm not as shouty and as loud as some social media, but we are a Moyes out channel. But I do, whatever happens, I always want West Ham to win. I always want West Ham to win. I never want West Ham to lose. I don't like us winning the way we do. I don't like us winning badly, and I don't like us winning playing football the way we play. But at this stage now, with 6 games to go. I don't care. Just try and get back in Europe and then get rid of David Moyes and we move on as a football team. Just hit the like button, guys, if you are watching live. 168 of you. Amazing views for us. That's actually a record for us, actually, 168. The pairing of James Ward-Prowse and Souček doesn't work. This has already been established. Yeah, mate. As soon as I see that, when I see those 3, actually, Alvarez, Ward-Prowse and Souček, I was like, this is, Moyes' wet dream, as they say, 3 CMs that don't really move that well. I'm a big Alvarez fan, but yeah, they just together, it's just nothing. Ward-Prowse played a lot better when it was just him and Alvarez in the midfield, and obviously Paquetá moved inside. I don't fully understand what Moyes doesn't see with Paquetá. Yes, he can dally on the ball a little bit sometimes and get caught out, but he can never say that he doesn't do the defensive work and he's not good at the defensive work. He's strong, he's physical, he can play in there. So he doesn't need 2 plodders in Ward-Prowse and Souček together on a pitch. He doesn't need it. John Millwood, except against the Geordies last week. But yes, apart from that, we are terrible when it comes to creating goals from open play. Yeah. Our goals from open play against the Geordies last week were good, but then throw it away, mate. Always remember, Moyes out. That's right, mate. Luke, will you do a video preview before the Leverkusen game? I might do, mate. To be honest with you, I stopped doing previews purely because, to be honest with you, the views weren't that great for them, and they do take a lot of research. They do. It takes a lot of research. But if people want them back, I'm happy to do them again. I enjoyed making them. I did, but when the views were there, it was always the reviews always got the better views, and the podcast and my news and topic views always got good views, but the previews always just seem to be like, you know what I mean? But yeah, if you want one, I'll do one. Johnson Wax was impressive. He should start. He should, mate. If you go back, I'll mention that. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was fantastic today. I really, really did think he was fantastic. I just see a comment. I like comments like that. Sorry. The Mexican general was off it today. So was Kudus. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. I think Kudus was just trying to overplay a little bit, and it just weren't quite coming off for him. James Ward-Prowse and Souček played well against Spurs. Yeah, but then you don't need 3, mate. You don't need 3 together. That's what I'm saying. You don't need Alvarez, Souček, and Ward-Prowse. 2 of them. Yeah, you don't need 3. Ching Chang says, your picture alignment is giving me OCD. Look, which one is it? Is it that one? Or is it just, it might be that the camera's slightly out rather than my pictures are out. I don't know. What else we got here? I agree, Ralph Johnson was decent. He was decent. Anything else, guys? Anything else? You got the floor for another couple of minutes, otherwise I'll wrap it up. One is level. Yeah, but it's meant to go like that. Look, the picture is like that. Can you see it? It's meant to look like that. Is that better for your OCD? Now you've seen the full picture? Oh, yeah. Anything else, guys? Like I say, last little thing, if you've got any questions or any sort of things you want to say about the game, like any predictions for Thursday night. If not, I will wrap it up there. But thank you so much, guys. Honestly, I really appreciate 170. I think it got up to about 180 at one point watching live with us. And if you're Wolves fans, if you're West Ham fans, if you've joined me to watch this game, I really, really appreciate you coming along. Thank you to the Wolves fan that commented. I did a picture alignment like that and I effed it up. I didn't put it up. My wife put it up. Not me. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. You were a little bit too shy for me. I thought we was going to have a really loads of convo because there were so many years in the chat. But I'm going to leave it there. Listen, we win the game. We've got the 3 points. We're still in there for Europe with 6 games to go. It's going to be tough, and we're going to have to pick up some performances and Really go for it now in these last few games. But the most important thing is we are still there. Thank you, Stephen. And just before you leave, guys, 160 of you, hit that like button. Helps the algorithms out, helps us grow as a channel. We're about 13 away from 4,500 subscribers. So if you're new as well, hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, come on, you whales.